Hello everybody, welcome back to Invisible UX. Today we'll continue our series on Figma tutorials with the session on drop shadow. Enjoy. So you might have noticed that as we go through these last couple sessions, there's been a drop shadow on the objects. That's because we set it that way in one of our earlier videos. So now when we select the object, we see that drop shadow already appears as an effect. Let's go into more detail on how the effects work. So if you select the little sun, kind of explosion light bulb thing to the left, you can adjust the qualities of the drop shadow. So you have the X and Y position. X is 0, so it's not going right or left, it's only going down. Let's actually increase the opacity of the drop shadow so you can see it better. There we go. So if I increased X to 8, we would see it move to the right. See? Now if I decreased Y to 0, it's only going left and right now. It's going right and not up or down. If I change this to 8, what do you think is going to happen? Exactly, 8 over and 8 down. The blur refers to how blurry that drop shadow is. If it's 0, it's essentially just a slightly lighter version of the original object. And actually, if we change the opacity to 100, it looks just like the original object. But you're not able to select it. You can only select the original object. As you move it, that drop shadow, which doesn't really look much like a shadow, moves with it. Okay? So you generally want some sort of blur to go with it. We had it at a 4 and a 50% opacity. If you want to go a little blurrier, you can go 10, but now you start to lose the definition of the drop shadow. And that continues the higher you go. It almost disappears. The spread refers to how spread out the drop shadow is. The higher the number, the more spread out it is. So with a bigger spread, you might want to do a bigger blur just so it's not so dark. Okay, so let's get rid of that spread and let's make that blur 3. Let's make it 4. And let's make the spread 4. No, spread's a little much. Spread 1. And then make this 4. Make this 4. And go down to 10% opacity. That looks a little more natural. Okay,